with another stock analysis. Today we are looking at Captivision. Now this is a very small cap company. I think just yesterday they were up like well over 100%. It is very much trending right now, although today it is fallen back down significantly from where its price was at. But overall, very interesting company. They're manufacturers of glass, which is interesting a little bit. But anyway, a lot of possibilities here for the stock to go much higher just based on where their revenue is. So we're going to go through their financials. We're going to look into the company as a whole, go over their chart, and I'll give my own valuation possibly. However, with how small it is, I doubt there will be a lot of competitors to compare them to. But if you're interested, make sure to subscribe and let's get into Captivision. So getting into Captivision, one thing that is very unique about them is they make a construction material capable of transforming buildings into digital media devices. So it's basically glass with screens on it, from what I understand at the very least. And moving over here, we can see, oh boy, I messed the whole thing up. Market cap is at 42 million currently, so very, very small company. No target price, no long-term growth rate because they're just that small. If we look at the growth summary, we also see there is not really much to go off of here. The things that they do have are very, very negative. However, once we get into the financials, you'll see why that might be. There really is not much stuff here to go through, so this will most likely be a shorter video only because there's not a lot to see. So the only 2024 data I found was in the semi-annual reports where they had 15.3 million in sales. So that is a good number. They did lose 9 million though on those sales, so realistically it's not great. But one thing to note is that a $40 million market cap with nearly half of their market cap in sales is pretty solid. You can see here, this is the fiscal years and semi-annual. I don't know how this gets organized or where the reports are coming from. I tried to find some reports, and when I went in here, there was very little. There is something, annual reports for private issuers. However, this is from well over a year ago, so I'm not even going to get into it. As far as I know, there really isn't anything too much in terms of details with this company. They have 26 million in assets, which sounds awesome, but for whatever reason, in December 2022, they had 239 million in assets. I don't know what happened with those long-term investments, but there's just nothing left on their balance sheet to show for it. Also, they have a decent amount of debt at the moment, just about 23 million, 24 million total compared to 600,000 in cash. So once again, this is a very small company with much smaller operations than we normally work with. So I'm not sure what their big jump up was recently. If we look, by the way, this is what their chart looks like. It is one of the strangest charts I've personally ever seen. I have no idea what is going on here. Couldn't explain a single part of this to anybody. I'm really not sure. It is doing more normal movements as of, looks like the end of 2023. It's kind of in a normal range, but even still, since then, it's been up a little bit and then down much farther than it ever was before. And now it's currently essentially a penny stock. However, it shot all the way up to just below $2 a share yesterday. So could there be some kind of promise for this? Yes. And I can tell you exactly what went on that gave the stock price a bit of a rise. But first, I just want to finish up with the financials. So again, I'm kind of doing this video a little bit differently because there's just not a lot of information here. Free cash flow is very negative. They have not had a positive operating cash flow just yet. And again, if you're used to watching these videos, you know this is some of the strangest looking financial statements we've seen. So overall, don't really know what to look into. Won't even get into the ratios because it won't really make sense. But one thing I can show, and here we go. Okay, so found the report that actually says it. Again, all of these are very, very similar. And as far as I know, they all say almost the same thing. But if we look here, we could see there are 23.5 million ordinary shares that are issuable upon the exercise of warrants, each exercisable at $11.50 for one ordinary share. So anyway, all the shares are exercisable at $11.50 per share. I don't know what this is that keeps popping up for me, but it seems like they just don't want me to see this. But anyway, that's basically what increased the share price. The possibility of their shares basically being sold for where they were in 2023, which seems like it could possibly be a bit more of a fair value. I would not take my word for that, though. And saying that, we can get into some valuations now, possibly. However, I believe there won't be any real available competitors to really compare their PE ratios to. So we will see once this loads in for me. And looking here, there are not. And actually, Captivision itself doesn't even have PE ratios available here either. So overall, I would say this is incredibly risky. Obviously, there is some upside because it is so low. And whenever you see a market cap with this little value, there's usually a very high chance for very aggressive movements. And again, that $42 million market cap is very, very low. So that's all I have for Captivision today. Invest at your own risk, do your own research, and I will see everybody in the next video. Thanks for watching.